I know cover letters are a waste of time. So you think. But 3/4 of hiring managers expect to see one, which is why you need to watch this training on how to write an engaging cover letter. I know you're rolling your eyes. And I know you hate the cover letter. It is so confusing. What do you even write? But don't worry, I got you, because I know how to write a cover letter that gets a hiring manager so excited to interview you. So, like I mentioned in the opening, 3/4 of hiring managers expect to see them, but only half of them actually read cover letters or read majority of the cover letters. And here is why. You're not using a cover letter to get an interview. A hiring manager only reads the cover letter if they're already a yes. They know they want to meet you. They're just curious about you a little, to get to know you a little bit more. Or maybe they are a maybe, where they need to get off the fence and they're using the cover letter to help them figure out if you are worth their time or not. Which is why the old-fashioned, "Hi, I'm Sarah Curto and I'm applying to this position" type of cover letter, which regurgitates your resume, needs to be thrown out. We are no longer writing cover letters like that. And plus the fact that if you were to write a cover letter that is so customized to each job, where it takes you an hour, hour and a half, that's too much time. And we can't have that. When your cover letter won't be read by every hiring manager and we don't know who's reading it and who isn't, we can't afford to waste that time, which is why I believe in writing one cover letter. That's it. That can just be slightly tweaked. I'm talking 5 minutes or less for every single job you apply to. This is how. Now, we start with thinking about who you are, what it is you're known for, what kind of impact have you had, do you want to have? It should be really focused on the who you are and why. Now, I'm talking about, instead of leading with "My name is Sarah Curto and I'm applying for," it's an "I am" statement. And I am a person known for pushing the boundaries. As a professional who has reached new heights, or as someone who's helped propel organizations to the next level of growth, this is like a strong, bold statement about who you are. So we do this for two purposes. Number one is we want to engage them. This is like the hook. This is to get them to read the cover letter. Otherwise, they just will skim it and be bored. And we don't want them to be bored going into an interview with you. We want them to be excited. The other reason why we want it to be that engaging is, what if the phone rings and they have to pick it up? And which means they only read that first sentence. That first sentence alone should be enough to excite them to want to meet with you. So a strong "I am" statement. In that very first paragraph, you will mention the job title and the company name, but it is not something you're necessarily leading with. You're leading with you. So then we move into the second paragraph. And this is where we're going to focus on your career. Now, common practices will have you regurgitating your resume. Like, at this job, I did this. At this job, I did that. Not in this resume, not in this cover letter, not in an engaging cover letter. Instead, I want you to think about your career theme, as I call it. So what I mean by that is, I want you to take a look at all of the wins you've had, your accomplishments, the difference that you've made, the impact you've had. And I want you to dig a little deeper. Why? Why were you able to accomplish those things? Is it because you're so strong at building relationships? Is it because you naturally optimize all processes? You can identify and recognize inefficiencies? Is it because You are able to collaborate with anybody? Is it because you can persuade naysayers into championing this issue for you? Is it your passion? There's so many reasons why you are the one who is accomplishing those great things. And that is what the paragraph is focusing on. We're focusing on why you are you and why you make such a big difference. This is how we can write just one cover letter, and write one cover letter that gets hiring managers so dang excited to meet with you. And it's a perfect segue into our third paragraph, which is a highlight of those accomplishments. So you can do this in bullet point form, like 3 bullet points, paragraph form, or table form, because it doesn't matter if it's table form in a cover letter, because an applicant tracking system is not reading it anyway. So whatever medium you choose to highlight them, my favorite is generally the bullet points, but showcasing those top 3 accomplishments that kind of lead, it's like a natural next step from those 3 things that make you you. That takes us to the final paragraph. And the final paragraph is a sweet, concise, and again, bold, lasting impression. It's a sum up of the cover letter, or it's restating that very first sentence in a different way. And then we're finishing with a call to action. That here's my number to connect with me. I'm looking forward to meeting with you. Whatever it is that you want to say. And that, my friends, is the secret to an incredibly engaging cover letter. I know that this is the way to get hiring managers so excited with you to meet with you, because so many of my clients have had people talk to them about their cover letter. They're in an interview and the interviewer just pauses to say, I need to congratulate or praise you or thank you or whatever for that cover letter, because it was one of the best I've ever read. Let me know below what your thoughts are on cover letters. Do you believe in them or not? Let me know below too what you're going to take from this. And if you want help with this, join us in the Career You Love Academy. I have 2 sample cover letters in there that will blow your mind and will open so many doors for you. Plus, bonus, I review yours. I critique it. I rewrite it. I help you make sure that it's you on the page and that it gets hiring managers so excited to interview you. I'll see you next week for another mini training. Until then, goodbye.